So today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. We're not going to be showing you beautiful properties or showing you around those beautiful properties. We're going to be helping you guys determine how you need to move forward in regards to helping your aging parents, or maybe a family member or a friend that may be incapacitated in regards to being able to make decisions about their real estate needs. So with that being said, guys, as we always like to say on our channel, let the show begin, because we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything that there is to know in regards to knowing what's happening here in the Las Vegas area, or knowing concerns in regards to how to sell property here or purchase property here when it comes to dealing with an elderly parent or maybe a friend, family member that may be incapacitated, make sure you subscribe below, tap that bell for notifications so that we can keep you updated and bring you information that's going to be helpful to you. My name is Lavert Pompey Benefield, and I am a real estate agent team leader here in the Las Vegas, Nevada area. And I am excited and proud to bring you guys today one of our quiet behind the scene team leaders in regards to this very delicate and difficult topic at times. We have been able to help a lot of people in this situation, so please feel free to reach out, especially if you're here in the Las Vegas Henderson area, in regards to assisting your aging family member, or again, any of your friends or family that may be in a position where they may be incapacitated. Again, this is not just an age thing. Today, we're going to be bringing in one of my dynamites, and that dynamite is a Miss Leslie Huntington. She's been in the business for more than 25 years. She's been an agent, she's been a broker, she's been everything in that regard. So she's helped so many people, and we're blessed to have her here with our particular team, and we're going to be providing great information, not just from myself, but from Leslie as well, in regards to helping our clients and our friends that may be either aging or maybe incapacitated in regards to selling their properties. So let's introduce Miss Leslie Huntington. Hey Les, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I am good. Did that intro sort of kind of step up and give you the accolades you deserve and need at this time?
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's been a long, wonderful real estate career, and it continues.
Exactly. So Les, we're talking about a very tough conversation today, and a very tough conversation that a lot of people are leery of getting into, and sometimes, unfortunately, when they get to us, they then are grieving, and then also at the same time they're having to have this tough conversation, and that definitely is something that you've had a lot of experience with, I've had a lot of experience with, but we want to make sure that we can give these great folks that's tapped on this video good information in regards to what they need to do when it comes to selling the home of their aging parents, or like we say, people that are also possibly incapacitated in their family or their friends. Okay. So let's just start with maybe, I think you and I discussed we're going to do 5 different maybe tips or things they can think about in regards to how they want to move forward. So Les, where do you think we need to start?
Let's start with acknowledging that this is an emotional time for a family. And it is not always easy or comfortable. However, decisions have to be made.
No, I totally agree with you, because I think that's one of the biggest parts that most people undervalue, is that when they're going through such a tough time, you know, they're dealing with all of their emotions. They're dealing with the emotions of the parent may be dealing with in regards to having to possibly sell the house. We have to help them almost detach from their home. You know, maybe where they raised their kids, maybe where, you know, whatever it may be, maybe where they had great friends over to their homes. We're having people that have to detach. We have clients doing this now. Where family members are helping the brother possibly detach from a home, and it's tough to be able to step away from that. So I agree with you. The emotion of handling such a situation is huge. That's the biggest thing. We got to get people to realize this is a beyond emotional time. And with that emotional time, like you said, I would think number 2, our next step is, like you said, hiring those professionals. Make sure you have those professionals in place. So if you want to speak about that in regards to those professionals.
You need to hire a professional who has been through the experience. You may need to also consult an attorney or possibly a CPA as to what that can mean for the parent or the incapacitated person to receive, you know, sometimes a pretty hefty amount of money, and can guide you the way that you need to be guided.
So just interjecting really quickly, I hope that the information so far has been helpful. Please stay with it. There's going to be a lot of information that we're going to cover. We do want to emphasize that myself, Leslie Huntington, we are real estate brokers, we are real estate agents. We are not acting in this video as attorneys, as wealth advisors, or anything in that realm. We are giving you our experiences in regards to us as realtors, as real estate brokers, assisting our clients through probate, assisting our clients in selling properties when unfortunately their parents have become incapacitated or other friends and families have become incapacitated. So with that, guys, please continue enjoying the video.
Well, you want to make sure that you have proper documentation to be able to move forward with the sale of the home. It could be a property in a trust. It may be somebody that has a power of attorney to make those decisions. And also you should think about whether you need to do a home inspection, because a lot of times we found with our older clients, they don't realize sometimes the underlying conditions of the property. You may want to do that. So we've also got carrying cost and holding cost for a property, which can be a concern and can start to drain, a pocketbook real fast.
You're bringing up great points, and and really huge points that we really want to make sure that our clients are thinking about and listening to. Like you said, Leslie, definitely those professionals in regards to making sure you have the right people assisting you. You may not necessarily need a probate attorney if you have, like you said, you have all your documents in place, you have all your paperwork together. Have the parents done a will? Have they done a trust? More importantly, have they done all those particular things so that we don't necessarily have to send the property to a probate direction? Give us a little bit in regards to what probate is, just in case we have some people not understanding the idea of what probate could possibly be for them.
Well, if you don't have a trust, your assets are not in a trust, and or you don't have a will, then you've got some challenges going on with that, meaning it will have to go in front of a judge to approve the sale of the property. This can take time. Highly recommend, I'll use my aunt as an example. Took me 10 years to convince her to put the property in a trust to protect the assets, also to make it easier for the family that's left behind to take care of things.
Yeah, that's a big gift that people don't think about. While the parents that are people that unfortunately may be, if unfortunately the person that we're talking about may pass, the grieving that the family has to go through, the grieving that the friends are going through. You want to give them that gift of having this somewhat organized so they can go through that grieving. Because if they're going through that grieving and they're dealing with paperwork and they're trying to find passwords to your phones and things like that, you're trying to find passwords, they're trying to find out where you bank and all those different types of things. Yeah, we've seen heartbreak.
It can be a lot. And then on top of it, you've got maybe a family home where there's memories attached to it. So then you've got to kind of detach from that. It is a business decision. That family may need those funds to care for a person. If they have to be, under a circumstance where they're no longer in the home, just besides death, so you've got to take a business approach to it as well, which is equally hard to detach. So taking care by having a trust, highly recommended, at least a will, power of attorney that has been drafted so that it's appropriate to the sale of the property. Not every power of attorney is going to fit the bill for that. Right. You should be drafted by a professional with some kind of guidance behind that. So there's a lot of pieces that are moving that can be handled prior to.
Yep, for sure. And Leslie, like you were saying, you're alluding to that idea of making sure we have the right kind of power of attorney, because sometimes I think we'll run out there and we'll get what we believe is our power of attorney. We've got documents, we did it ourselves, or we did some DIY, or we had a friend of whatever draft us up a power of attorney. But then when we turn around and we're working with a title company and escrow company here on the West Coast, and that title company and escrow company may need to ask you questions about that power of attorney if it was not drafted by them, or if it wasn't drafted in their eyes in a legal manner, or in a manner in which they're used to.
Yeah.
So that also could turn into a very difficult thing to all of a sudden you're grieving a parent, you're grieving a friend, and then someone's questioning whatever power of attorney you have.
Yeah.
But we got to make sure we do these things correctly and do that paperwork correctly.
Yeah. And title is ensuring a clear title to the new buyer. So they want to make sure that they're covered and that there's no fraud going on. Not that I've ever experienced that, and I don't believe you have either, but it does happen.
Right.
So to have somebody question you, while you're going through all of this can be overwhelming and make you feel like you're doing something wrong. So just make sure you get the correct advice prior to. Love friends, love family, get proper advice, because people don't always know, and state to state is different.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And that's definitely why, again, like you said before, you really want to reach out to those professionals to make sure that your family has everything, the I's dotted, T's crossed, you're good to go. And you truthfully have that space to do your grieving. And you know that these things are in place. So we've covered a lot of good stuff, Leslie. I'm just going to wrap it up really tightly here. And I really appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
I'm just going to almost look at the top 5 things that we sort of discussed. Like you said, number 1, the emotional aspect of this. It is so emotional. It is tough. It is difficult for everyone involved, for the parent that may be aging, for the individual. And again, like we said, it's not just an age thing. It's not just the parents. Because sometimes I am unfortunately dealing with this right now, where it is a dear friend who is a younger person that is incapacitated and cannot make decisions, cannot verbalize certain decisions. So it is not just an aging parent. So please, I know it's a tough conversation for us young folks out there who don't believe that it will never happen to you. It's never going to, it's not going to come my way. Please get paperwork in order. You must have someone, or at least talk to someone about what their wishes are when they own properties, so that it does not turn over to the state and everything is just So again, just sort of kind of readdressing these things, making sure that we understand it's a very emotional thing. Number 2, making sure that we have all of our financial assets and things in place, understanding, like you were saying, there could be carrying costs if we don't have these things sort of kind of tied up, wrapped up in that sense. Making sure that we price a property correctly so that we're not losing value by overpricing a property. We want to make sure that greed doesn't step into the picture when we have family members starting to put this process, and we really have as much of a focused person listening to agents, listening to teams like ourselves in regards to us helping them and pricing the property correctly. Number 3, make sure, like we said, paperwork, everything is in order. Do you have a POA? Do you have a trust? Do you have your will? All of those different types of things. Number 4, we talked about making sure that we have those right professionals helping us out, getting us in place, getting professionals like our teams, probate attorneys, if you need a probate attorney, all those different types of things. Number 5 is making sure we understand this is not just about elderly and people that are aging. Sometimes young people are in a space where unfortunately they may be incapacitated and not able to make decisions. Did that sound about right? Did I get it all wrapped up there tight?
Yes, we just need to make sure that we protect that asset, because it may, again, be to go to somebody's care, not just about splitting up monies between siblings or cousins or whoever, which is great. And make sure that if you are thinking about a cash buyer, that you are thinking it all the way through, because they're great. They can close fast. They don't need to do repairs. However, sometimes that is reflected in the offer that you get. So it's not always about the dollar being split by family members. It can be to take care of somebody long term.
Yeah, exactly. Take care.
You need all those funds, believe me.
Yeah, 100%. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. And again, guys, like we said, Leslie, first and foremost, I want to thank you for your time. Thanks. Leslie doesn't necessarily jump on these things sometimes, but she was so grateful when I said, Leslie, I need your input on this. We need to talk about this. We need people to really hear this. Thank you for stepping in and doing this for us. I really appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
see you in our next Zoom when we meet tomorrow and all that kind of good stuff. So, guys, you just heard from, like I said, a phenomenal agent here, a phenomenal broker, the backbone of our team, Miss Leslie Huntington, in regards to doing these probates and what is happening for either our parents in that regards, or possibly even what is happening with someone that may be incapacitated, that may be a younger person. Please do not think that this is just about aging parents. But with that said, guys, make sure you subscribe below, tap the bell again for those notifications so that you can make sure you're getting great information like this sent out to you. Share this video with other people as well. Please make sure they hear this information. It could help guide them. It could help great families. It could help friends in really tough situations. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care.